Welcome in, my eldritch citizens, to the bestest weekly gaming news roundup. We've got a lot to tackle this week. A lot has happened, so we should just get to it. Big news, as Nintendo have finally made an official announcement and revealed the successor to the Switch console, the Switch 2. This follows a deluge of leaks and rumours. It'll be released this year and will play both Switch 2 games and original Switch games, though not all original Switch games may be supported or fully compatible. More details will be revealed at Nintendo Direct on April the 2nd of this year, and Nintendo will also hold Switch 2 experience events in several cities around the world. The reveal trailer also seemed to contain images of a new Mario Kart game, which seems to support up to 24 racers, which may be an indication of improvements to the Nintendo's online, and also confirmed the magnetic Joy-Con design, a choice some people have expressed concerns about on social media. The launch date, price, and tech specs are yet to be unveiled. In other Nintendo news, an attorney for Nintendo has discussed the company's stance on emulation. Nintendo are well known to be very active in this area, filing lawsuits and issuing warnings against several Switch emulators. Koji Nishiura, patent attorney and general manager of Nintendo's intellectual property department, stated, "While you can't immediately claim that an emulator is illegal in itself, it can become illegal depending on how it's used. One example of illegal use is if an emulator copies a program belonging to the game device it's imitating, which would be copyright infringement. Another is if an emulator can disable security mechanisms like encryption. If an emulator contains links to sources where you can download pirated games, it may be considered a so-called reach app in Japanese law, and thus constitute copyright law infringement." Clearly, Nintendo will continue to be very active in its fight against illegal emulation. We can but hope they expand their own emulation services in their Nintendo Online catalog in the future, so that older games are never lost to time. On to some drama! A feud broke out this week between billionaire Elon Musk and gaming streamer Zack, aka Asmongold, following accusations that Musk had been cheating at Path of Exile 2. Musk's recent PoE gameplay had raised suspicions of macro usage and account sharing, which led to many content creators, not just Asmongold, to question how good a gamer Musk is. Asmongold issued a challenge saying he would stream on Twitter, forever Twitter, if Musk could prove his gaming achievements. Musk then unfollowed the streamer and posted on Twitter that Asmon behaves like a maverick, independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He's not his own man. Not long after that, Musk then leaked private DMs between himself and Asmongold, which showed them discussing the former's use of editors. Asmongold, like many larger streamers, also posts content to other platforms, such as YouTube, so it is not an uncommon practice.
For example, this video right here, Trump just ended the war in Israel. And so anyway, this has 1.5 million views. Well, it was uploaded 22 hours ago, which means that it was uploaded at about 2 p.m. yesterday. Well, I was live at 2 p.m. yesterday. So how could this video have been uploaded if I had just reacted to it? Well, it's because I have my editors doing it as well.
Musk then followed up by saying, while Asmon is good at caustic commentary and making fun of people, he is not good at video games. It was that final statement that seemed to really irk Asmongold, as his response was, "Leaking my DMs is one thing, but this is absolutely uncalled for." Asmongold also seemed to have his Twitter verification seemingly taken away, although I believe it has returned. Personally, I feel the story is less about the fact that the world's wealthiest man might not be great at video games, and more that the CEO of one of the world's largest social media platforms has leaked private DMs with one of their platform's users.
Like, you have to understand that it could also be against the terms of service, and one of us, the two of us, one of us owns the website and the other one doesn't, right? So I'm not going to leak the DMs, okay?
But hey, if Asmongold does eventually end up streaming on Musk's platform, this will have certainly driven up plenty of publicity, and they do say there's no such thing as bad publicity.
If you think this is crazy, I'm telling you guys, like, y'all got no idea.
Sony has cancelled 2 upcoming live services that were in the works. A third-person open-world shooter by Ben Studio, and the other a God of War game by Blue Point Games. Back in 2022, then Sony executive Jim Ryan spoke out, saying he believed that live service games were a key part of gaming's future. Since then, we've seen a big push by PlayStation to create the ultimate live service game. Helldivers 2, released last year, may have been the only successful live service game to have been released on the system, but other games have not fared so well. Most notably, Sony's 5v5 shooter, Concord, was taken offline 2 weeks after release on PS5 and PC, after being in development for 8 years. And there have also been a slew of other cancelled games. Perhaps Sony will now change tack and put less of a focus on the live service dream. Subscribers to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tiers will have access to these games from the 21st of January. They include God of War Ragnarok, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, and Atlas Fallen Reign of Sand. Plus, for those on the Premium tier, you can also download Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings, and also Medieval 2. PC gaming is outselling consoles now, even after the COVID woes have passed. Soaring costs of consoles, alongside dwindling console exclusivity and a larger overall gaming library on PC, are seemingly contributing, as is the growth of the gaming market in China. PC gaming also allows for greater customization and multitasking, and more streamlined ways of playing games make it potentially more value for your money. Is there any way back for consoles? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Now, I know I just mentioned that a larger gaming library was an advantage for PC gaming, so you might be thinking everything is all bright and rosy on PC. But it turns out that around 80% of the games on Steam are barely being touched by players. Games that arrive on Steam are given limited status, with features like Steam trading cards and the ability to display game achievements unavailable until the game racks up enough sales. Most games don't escape this status, however. Valve incorporated this system into Steam in an effort to combat the slew of basic games that were designed to pad achievements and up collection stats. So perhaps the number of games barely being played would be even higher today without Valve taking such action. The fact that The Sims hasn't had a new game in 25 years still baffles me, but they must be doing something right, as it has been a quarter of a century since that game was released. And to celebrate, a huge, and most importantly free update has been announced. And it's coming on the 4th of February, adding over 70 new items, and no doubt more ways to cause misery to your unsuspecting sim. Mai Shiranui of SNK King of Fighters fame makes her appearance in Street Fighter 6 on the 5th of February. A gameplay trailer has been released, and she looks set to heat things up in Capcom's flagship fighting game, alongside her fellow KOF/Fatal Fury fighter, Terry Bogard, who was released last year. SNK also have their own new fighting game coming out in April this year, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and it will also include 2 characters from the Street Fighter series, Ken and Chun-Li. Now, onto some additional bits and bobs. Super Mario Party Jamboree surpassed 1 million units sold. The colourful party game is sitting pretty atop the top game sales for the Switch. Until Dawn, the movie, got an official trailer, and it looks interesting. However, many people are commenting that it doesn't really look like Until Dawn. Where exactly is Bloodborne 2? PlayStation former executive Shuhei Yoshida believes that Sony are just waiting for director Hidetaka Miyazaki to become available to work on the franchise. 3 game development studios have already shut down this year. FreeJam, developers of Robocraft, Counterplay Games, developers of Godfall, and Toadman Interactive, who worked on support for Warhammer Vermintide, as well as development of other games. Get ready to rip and tear. Doom teases Developer Direct January the 23rd. And speaking of Doom, someone ported the original Doom game to run inside a PDF. Fantastic. And in more news, The Witcher 3 director's dark fantasy action RPG, The Blood of the Dawnwalker, has gotten its first trailer. And lastly, thanks 100. Yes, we did it. We got over the 100 subscriber mark. Thank you, one and all. It means a lot. It means a lot to small channels like this. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. It doesn't seem like much, but it is. It is for me. We've got a ton of stuff coming up in the future. My Donkey Kong Country 2 video is baking away, taking a while to go through that game. But we've also got some other larger projects in the works that will take a bit of time, but I'm sure you'll enjoy them when they arrive. With that being said, everyone, stay safe, be excellent to one another, Once again, thank you to all of you, my eldritch beauties.